Good morning. My name is Benedita, and it is a pleasure to be with you at ICL 2021. I am here to introduce the Smart Pedestrian Crossing, an EPS at ISEP 2020 project. EPS stands for European Project Semester, and ISEP is the School of Engineering of the Polytechnic of Porto. EPS is a project-based learning framework where ethics, sustainability, and teamwork are major pillars of project development. In the spring of 2020, a team of students from different fields of study and nationalities joined efforts to tackle this problem. I will leave you now with the students' presentation. Thank you.
We are WalkSafe, and let's see first what we are going to be talking about today. I will give a brief introduction of the team as well as our project. Then we will talk about what we had at the beginning, the inputs of the project. Then we'll talk about our solution for the problem that we encountered. Delving a bit deeper into our solution, we'll talk about the materials, have some special attention for the mobile app that was developed, and finally look at the simulation and the results of those simulations. So first, who are we? We are Team 6, Team Schnauzeltier is how we are also known. This is the name that came up in the first week. Well, we're a group of 6 international and interdisciplinary students with different backgrounds, and our challenge was to design a smart pedestrian crossing. Well, 5 months ago, we had no clue what this entailed, but more on that later. Well, through research in marketing, sustainability, and ethics, we came to various conclusions and choices that my teammates will touch upon further. So first, where did we start?
So first, we had a problem that was there is a high amount of people of accidents involving pedestrians. So we decided to do a survey to see why people don't use pedestrian crossings, and we saw that sometimes there is a lack of motivation. So we wanted to concentrate our ideas on this problem. So our objective is to make the city of Porto safer for pedestrians and also for all road users. And to realize this project, we had some resources like the people. So we were 6 in the team. And we had also the support of teachers and supervisors who helped us in our project. We had also time on budget, which were also some constraints. For the time we had 4 months, and for the budget we had 100 euros for prototype, but we didn't realize it because of the COVID-19 crisis, but we did a simulation. And we had also infrastructure. First, before the crisis, it was ISEP with the classroom and all the equipments. And after the crisis, we were at home and we had our computers and some software to continue the project. Before the COVID-19 crisis, for the communication channel, we mostly work and talk face-to-face and also with WhatsApp. And after the COVID-19 crisis, we worked with Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and also WhatsApp. That leads us to our logo.
So, WalkSafe is a safer way to cross the street and gain advantages with discounts on public transportations. First of all, to use WalkSafe, you get your Andante card or your bracelet that we developed. We are going to talk about this later before crossing. And then scan again on the other side to earn the points. So the points, when you have enough of them, they can be used to earn discounts on public transportation. That way, we believe that we are encouraging everyone to use pedestrian crossing and public transport.
Yeah, that leads us to our used materials. We used different materials in our project. For example, for the scanner box components, we decided only to use polymers because they have several advantages over other materials. They are relatively cheap, easy to manufacture, and they don't interfere with any signals. Furthermore, recycling infrastructure for different polymers is already in place. And the local company near Porto called Eureka Plus is going to sell us the 100% recycled HDPE granulate. For the lamp or signpost attachment, we decided to use a simple bracket system that makes WalkSafe easy to be placed in any kind of road. And as Barbara already mentioned, our product is multi-compatible because we have 3 different options to accumulate points. The first option is the WalkSafe app, but Jan is going to tell you more about that. And another option is the Andante card, which you already know. And the third option is the reflective WalkSafe bracelet made of silicone. The bracelet has many roles. For example, it is a promotional object, and you can accumulate points with it. It's also useful for people who don't have a phone, like kids or elderly people. And it is reflective to increase the visibility of pedestrians, especially at night. It is also made of silicone because this material has the best properties for these applications, as it is not harmful to the skin. It is heat resistant, it is flexible and highly durable.
So this leads us to the mobile application, and its main idea to create it was to enable WalkSafe users to follow the number of points they earned. The whole app was written in Android Studio software and in Java programming language to store users' data like the number of collected points, the progress in the achievements, or the username. We decided to use the Firebase software that provided us with plenty of tools. One of them was the real-time database in which we stored the user's data. Further on, we use the user authentication in Firebase. It enables us to check whether the entered password for the assigned email was correct or not. We also use the Firebase offline capabilities. So whenever the network connection was lost, cached data was available while online, and Firebase resends any writes, so the user's inputs, whenever the network connection was restored. We also use the Firebase storage tool that enabled us to store users' profile images and in the cloud and enables us an easy access to it. What's more, we wanted to connect our mobile application with the Arduino boards via the IoT platform that in our case is supposed to be the Firebase real-time database. But unfortunately, we're only able to do it partly because we are not able actually to connect the Firebase with Arduino boards, because for the simulation purposes, we used the Tinkercad software and it was not equipped with the proper library to do it. But we managed to write a script that changes the data in the database. So we think that it might work with the Android board as well, Arduino board, I mean. Yes, and now let's move to the simulation.
Yep, so for the simulation, as Jan mentioned, we used the Tinkercad software. We used this to create a system that replicated one of our scanners. So in principle, prior to the Tinkercad, we planned on using the RFID technology, so that's radio frequency identification. So the RFID works using a radio transponder, a radio receiver and a transmitter. So it triggers an electromagnetic pulse, transmitting data with an ID number back to the reader. So for our actual Tinkercad, we used Arduino Uno microcontroller to make sure the system ran smoothly. a keypad, a potentiometer, and an LCD display. So we used the keypad to mimic the ID, as there was no RFID module in Tinkercad. So the system works with the keypad, with the user using the keypad to enter the specific code. So what they would have with our RFID tag. The ID was either accepted or denied, depending on the credentials, which in turn would be displayed on the LCD. So the system was designed to work in tandem with the IoT platform and the app. This would allow the user to see how many credits they've earned overall. So in terms of the results, it worked well. So we came up with 6-digit codes that would either be successful or denied. So only those codes would be accepted and they would be displayed saying that you've earned the credit. If it wasn't that code, it would again be denied.
And that brings us to our conclusions. Well, following the story of Jan and Charlie, you can see that it's technically feasible to make a product like this, a product like WalkSafe, to utilize RFID technology to identify targets or users when crossing the street. Unfortunately, we were unable to create a prototype to actually test the system in real life, because we believe that it might be a great solution to get more people to use crosswalks, and also more people to use public transport, which is 2 birds with 1 stone. That's for the project outcomes. Personally, I can only speak for myself, but after speaking to my team members, I know that they agree with me that the EPS was a great learning experience. And even though COVID-19 made it a bit challenging by moving everything from the real life to the online environment, it was still possible to do a project like this. So we would like to finish off with our final video.
I'm from Brazil and I study design at the Instituto Mauá de Tecnologia.
Hi, my name's Charlie. I study electrical power engineering at Glasgow Caledonian University in Scotland.
Hey, my name is David and I study chemical engineering at Saxion University of Applied Sciences in the Netherlands.
My name is Jan, I'm from Poland and I study telecommunication computer science.
Hey, I'm Jens, I'm from Germany and I'm studying material engineering in Osnabrück.
My name is Solipeta, I come from France and I'm studying mechanical engineering and ergonomics.